What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at the best meta icons in each price point. We've gone with the low one to start with, obviously, and we haven't really got too many that I'm totally convinced by. When it comes to icons, same as heroes, as pretty much many markets on the game, is the higher the price, normally the better they are. But sometimes you do find some very cheap beasts. I'm not going to say mainly any of these are, but they are the better out of the kind of few. We've got the Larsons, the Closers, Linekers, Wrights, and to be honest, I don't really think they are incredible. So let's get this saved so I can get this kind of all the information on. Trezeguet is only in there because if you are after an icon striker, he is the absolute cheapest you can get, and you'd imagine why. Acrobatic playstyle plus, not really going to be too much, but he is a 4-4, and if you are desperate for one, maybe you are looking at a road to glory and you've got to have one icon in there, that could be the easiest one that you could go get for the minimum amount, but I'm not going to really suggest him massively. He is just there as a price point figure. When it comes to base icons, 60,000 or 65,000 I believe is the lowest that you can find. When it comes to Suker and Owen, we got 68k and 100k. The one thing I like with Owen is he does have a decent amount of pace, so you can kind of argue between the fact there. I'm not saying he's going to be incredible for you, but he is the better one out of the bad bunch. Whereas Suker, I've heard decent things from him, but the one thing I want to focus when it comes to a cheaper icon is the playstyle plus. Travella is very much like Finesse Shot Plus. If you get the right positioning for it, it is very broken in the game. You can get the shot off and he will score literally 9 times out of 10 with the right positioning. But the one that I would say out of the low tier that I would suggest is 180,000 coins for Van Persie. I absolutely love him. 4-star, 4-star. You add the Hunter onto him to get yourself 90 pace. Or 92 pace, I think, a +8. He is really, really decent in this game, and I cannot wait for the upgrade for him, as I believe he would be in the next campaign. But they're kind of the mid ones, and then we get better from here. And with the increase of price, you'll obviously get better icons. So if we start off at the bottom, Zola is absolutely classic. He was the very, very first icon that I packed from the base max 87 upgrade, I think it was. 277 now, but he has got that Finesse Shot Plus, which, as like the Travella, even more so, is absolutely broken. So you'll find yourself a left wing Son, a Zola, a Mbappe just because it's Mbappe player of the month, and Salah on the right. The Finesse Shot Plus is just dangerous to have, and if you've got multiple people to have it and you can get that positioning down to a T, it's so easy to get goals with them, honestly. So he is probably in between the low and the mid tier. He is the best option you can go with. We have got Del P, exactly the same reasoning. 4-star, 5-star, just a little bit of an upgrade from obviously Zola. 2 less pace, but most definitely will offer you the same sort of value from that Finesse Plus. Add in the 5-star weak foot as well, which again gives him that ability for a left-footed finesse shot. Still broken, but definitely the right foot is what you want to go with. Drogba, a little bit more of a bulkier striker. I, again, really, really like this card. We got him alone on the main account, and we gave him a go early on into the game, to be fair, so it might have varied now depending on how people's teams have progressed that you're going against, especially in the higher divisions, but the body type of him is absolutely monstrous. If you can get that power header onto him as well, it will always do a very, very good service for you. But in terms of a tank, he is the one that could go with a Zola as that kind of muscle in the background. Now, the one that everybody shouts about, and I need to give him a go because I've heard so much good things from Raul, and the fact that he's still 455 is absolutely crazy because previous years he has always been a complete discard icon. He's never been at the top of the level or even in the mid. He's normally like 100, 200k icon. So this year there's got to be something different. Mainly the big reason will be the Finesse Shot Plus, most definitely, but I think he is definitely worth a look at as well. We then move in a bit more up the tier now. We're going over $500,000. I just like Smith Centurion. I thought she had a really good base icon as well. But in terms of the kind of women strikers in the game, there is 2 that I really, really like. I don't know if there is only 2, but they're definitely not terrible. Torres, absolutely brilliant. Still to this day, one of the best icon strikers I've got for literally, well, he was 700k at the start, but 555 now. He is an absolute breath of fresh air. He has got the Finesse Shot Plus as well, but pace, shooting, just dribbling, everything on this card is absolutely effortless. He scored so many goals when we gave the review to him, and he is definitely one that stuck out. And again, like Van Persie, I want to see that upgrade. We then have the top of the top in this. We have Stoichkov, who has got an SBC still, got the technical playstyle plus, more of a left wing. I must admit, he can play, I believe he can play left wing, right wing, and striker if he really wanted to, which is always nice. We have Wayne Rooney at 700 for his Centurions. He's kind of dropping off my radar a little bit now. I feel like he's very good, but that skill move is going to be a deciding factor later on. He has got the power shot plus, which is broken to some extent, but you've really got to get that kind of down to a T. I feel like the finesse and the trivela is so much easier to master, where the power shot, you've got to get the right angle, you've got to get the aim onto it, the power, the absolute kind of getting rid of the defenders from the AI block. It's a lot harder than obviously just pinging a finesse shot from 25 yards. You can do the power shots, but unfortunately it's not going to be as meta as when we see the finesse. And one that I absolutely have just seen out now, because we got his, whatever they're called, Thunderstruck icons, we now know that Gerd Muller is absolutely goated. Finesse shot plus, 4-4, great pace, great shooting, naturally an incredible card. FC24 is here, and Sky Coach has all your needs covered. From squad battles, champs, qualifications, and even now draft boosting, there is a long list of services they do give, as well as coaching, and also the big one everybody wants in FC24 coins. The service is fast and reliable, and you will get your coins, your boosting services, or obviously coaching in a matter of hours. If you do want to get any of these, make sure you head over to skycoach.gg, go onto the website, and when you go to checkout, make sure that you are using the code JT11 at checkout for your 5% off your orders. And if you'd prefer to do this on mobile, check out the screen right now with the QR code for their mobile app. The crazy thing when it comes to, I've called this top 2 icons, because these are still absolutely crazy price. We're looking over 1 million, but just under 2 million coins. We have Dalglish's both versions. I know the SBC's 2.1, but realistically, it's about 2 million. If you're gonna go for the upgrade, you're gonna use untradables. But both of them incredible. Would I say he's going to be worth doing? That is going to be the big question for obviously the Dalglish upgrade. If he does manage to get the 3 wins in the 4 matches, then yes, he is definitely worth a double upgrade. A single upgrade, you're going to have to go with your gut with, because I'm pretty sure the SBC will be done by the time we get to that 3rd win. Maybe, depending on how the fixtures work. I don't know if we've got Champions League this week, which I think we do, which will obviously take away from one of his matches. So it's an interesting one to see. I don't feel like they would have given you the chance to be able to see the upgrade first, but if they did, then I'd definitely wait for that at the minimum. But if there isn't, he potentially is worth a risk. If you are not completing an Mbappe, a Salah, a Son, he is definitely the next best thing. We do have obviously his normal version, which is still as good as ever. Both of them have the Finesse Plus, which is why he is incredible. We have then the 2 Cantonars. We have 1.1 on his 89 and 2.1 on obviously his 90. The big thing with Cantona is, can Man U win 3 out of their 4 games? I don't know. We'll see in literally a couple of hours if we manage to beat Everton. We then, I believe, have Chelsea, I want to say. So it's going to be a very, very big ask. But I can see him staying at 90, to be honest. Because more than likely, I guarantee we'll win 1, we'll lose to Chelsea, we'll win 1. And then more than likely, in Man U fashion, we'll draw the final one, which will take away his rating. So unfortunately, I would probably say the 89 is the safer option in that. But even then, we saw Barcelona draw their first match, which has made it even harder to have to win the next 3. We then have 4 of kind of similar strikers, but give you that same effect. We have Butragueno at 1.1. We have Eto'o at 1.4. Henry, an incredible card, at 1.7. And then also 1.4 for Puskás. We have got technical, we've got first touch, we've got rapid, and then also quick step. All 4 different playstyles, none of them being the finesse plus for a striker, which is always perfect. Eto'o has got the same as the gold Mbappe, so if you are used to that, that is going to be a great card. Obviously, rapid is more kind of your Dembele, your Osman. Very, very good on the turn, but most definitely we want a shooting one. First touch is nice, but I don't really notice it massively. Compared to all the others, it's kind of like that press proven. It's there and it definitely does something, but whether I think it's worth the extra coins of 1.4, that is going to be the big question for yourself. And technical, It seemed to be a thing at the start of the game, but I'm seeing less and less people doing it. Whereas obviously you could argue it, but I do think technical for me is better suited for a wing. We also then have Gerd Muller, who's 1.6. He is crazy good. Bayern Munich already winning their first match. He's got 2 more matches to go to get the 94. That is a card well worth spending your money on, because when he does get that, it just takes him further away from his normal base card, and I do think he is absolutely goated. The Finesse Plus is perfect for him. And there is a reason why this is top of the top. These icons, there's very little explaining to do, so it is kind of just a look at the glory of them. We'll go through the prices and just kind of go with who I'd pick if I had the choice, or it's always going to be R9, but we have Cruyff at 3.3, we have Eusebio at 2.8, his upgraded version at 3.5. I don't know who actually his team is. Is it Benfica or is it Porto? I want to say Benfica, but I actually don't know, so that'll be an interesting one. Let me know down below. Puskás, I can imagine, is Real Madrid. Again, I only know he played for Real Madrid, and that's about it. 2.5 for him. We have Ham at 4.8, Cruyff at 5.9, Pele at 4.3, an Henry that's already got his first win. Can we see Arsenal go back-to-back-to-back wins to get himself into a 93? That would be a cracked card. And then R9, the Holy Grail, at 9.4. An incredible amount of talent on this page. You get any of these, they are endgame for sure. No matter if they get an upgrade, you can absolutely play with every single one of these until the end of the game easily. The only chance you upgrade an R9, a Cruyff, a Eusebio is if you get a Team of the Year Mbappe, if you get another one. Say you've got Eusebio and Cruyff, if you've got an R9, that is the only upgrade you'd need. So really, there is very little value in terms of picking one out of these, because all of them would suit each other. You go with a Ham and Cruyff, a Eusebio and Puskás. They are the best in the game. The only argument you've got is a player a month Mbappe. I would say for me, if I was to say I have R9, R9's my favourite striker in terms of icons. Mbappe would go over everybody, other than I would question Ham. I've never played with. Like, I've had very little games with her, like 1 or 2 games, and even then, I feel like I need a little bit more to kind of get used to her. But other than Ham potential because of the price, I would say Cruyff could be one that would go over Mbappe, mainly for the 5.5. Pele, I'd probably still go with Mbappe, just knowing what Mbappe's like, but that is about it. They are the top of the top, and I would take any of them. But let me know down below if you've got any budget in mind. If you need any more help on different positions, do leave it in the comments, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.